Hello there. So, this is new, right? Because, first of all, welcome to Blue Healing. I'm gonna do a message, but I actually don't know who it's for. I have a feeling that it's for the Divine Feminine Collective, but we're gonna see. Basically, they just gave me a bunch of information, and I wrote it down, so I'm just gonna share it. Do I know for who it is? Not really. Do I know what if it serves a purpose? I guess so. But basically, I was pulling a Divine Feminine card for myself, and they said no, collective. So I said okay, and they gave me the card of Ariadne. Now, Ariadne is actually a Greek princess from Crete. She's known as the woman of the Labyrinth. If you don't know, in Greek mythology, there was actually a labyrinth constructed by her father, which I forgot his name. I think it was Kronos. And he was the one that was chosen as, no, Oiminos, I don't know, one of those. And he was chosen by Poseidon to be the king of Crete. And Poseidon actually gifted him a white bull that he was to sacrifice when he became king. And he didn't, because the bull was really pretty, right? So he was like, oh, I'm not killing that. And so he killed something else. And Poseidon got angry, right? So what he did was he made his wife, which I forgot her name, and it doesn't matter because I don't know how to pronounce it anyway. I don't know if no, it's not Persephone. It's something else. It's with a P though, right? And him and his wife, had been married for a while, yet Poseidon put a spell on her, like a magic spell. And she actually fell in love with the bull itself. And they had sex, which I don't know what it is with Greek mythology, but they love bestiality for some fucking reason. Regardless, she had sex with the bull, and that's when the Minotaur came to be, right? If you don't know what a Minotaur is basically a human man with the head of a bull. I know, scary, right? So so when Minos noticed that, he was like, dang, so I'm gonna have to sacrifice something or someone every year for this bull to not just, kill everyone. So what he did was he took the Minotaur and then put him inside this labyrinth, right? And the labyrinth actually became like a thing, I guess you could say. Like it became quite known throughout Greece in general. And every year he chose. It was very funny that they told me that it was every 7 years, 7 people were sacrificed, right? And yesterday when I was doing the reading, however, I was doing it in Spanish, and we were actually talking about the phases of life. So every 7 years is when you have a full transformation of yourself, like you completely change from who you were, and so you get to a new level of understanding of yourself. And so yeah, I think it has something to do with that. So yeah, we pulled Ariadne, and what also appealed to me and they showed me was actually the red thread she's holding. And I've heard of red threads and stuff, like I know that for example what's it called, people that are Jewish or just in Hebrew in general, they use like a red bracelet to protect themselves from evil eye, magic, etc., right? And yeah, her message is my soul knows the pathway, and the only exit is to actually go through it. So I have a feeling a lot of people, I'm just gonna say people because I don't know if it's for Divine Feminine or not. Maybe I should just ask. But let's see. Is this reading for Divine Feminine? No. Is it for Divine Masculine? No. Is it for the collective? Yes. Okay, so it's for the collective, right? So, yeah, I feel like the collective, as I said yesterday in the Spanish reading, we're just going through a transition. Like, we can see the exit, but we're not there yet, right? Or some of us are already past that through the 1010 portal. So these are the messages they just gave me, right? They said, be careful of pulling people from old cycles into the new cycle. Just dragging them. And it's going to make a whole lot of sense now that I explain it, right? Through new cycles or portals. So be careful with that. Why is this? Because Ariadne was actually known through the red thread or red string, mainly because she gave it to Theseus. Now, Theseus is a whole other character. I don't even know his history. All I know is that he's everywhere in Greek mythology, right? Regardless, this man actually volunteered to be sacrificed. Why? No one knows. This man literally volunteered to be sacrificed. And it's very funny because when you're in the twin flame type of journey, the person that actually sacrifices themselves in the physical, I guess you could say, sense, is actually divine masculine. So it's really weird that this kind of is a parallel to that. But regardless, as I said, Theseus actually volunteered to this whole 7 human sacrifice every 7 years, right? And she actually helped him, mainly because, he was put into the labyrinth. But just before she actually saw him from afar and fell in love with him. And she told him, listen, I'll help you get out of the labyrinth if you promise to marry me after, because I'm in love with you, right? This man said yes, though. So there's a contract there, or an oath, or whatever you want to call it, right? And so she helped him. He actually got to the middle of the labyrinth. Well, she actually gave him the thread. He passed through the entire labyrinth, and he met the Minotaur, and then he killed him with his sword. And then because he had completely pulled the red thread the entire way, he actually knew how to get back. So he wasn't just stuck there. That was the whole point, right? So he comes back, he's safe, whatever, and she actually flees with him to another island called Nexus. And before she actually does that, though, there's this like one weird dude, I forgot his name, but he's kind of like a hermit turned like crazy, though, like insane, right? And he begs her to stay, but she doesn't. And so she flees with this man to the island of Nexus. And then she's like, so when are we getting married? And he didn't plan on marrying her. So you know what he did? Can you believe what he did? He abandoned her in that island while she was sleeping. If that's not divine masculine, I don't know who it is. Let me stop. Anyway, regardless, he abandons her completely. And that's when, just when she thinks she's about to die, because she wakes up, she's alone in the middle of nowhere in an island that she doesn't know how to survive there. And just when she thinks she's like, okay, I'm doomed, like this is straight up just like spiritual suicide, like I'm dead, right? Another god pulls up, and his name is Dionysus, and he falls in love with her. And then he makes her his wife, and they fall in love, etc., etc. And he's the only husband in Greek mythology to be completely faithful. I'm talking like completely, doesn't even look the other way type of faithful, right? And it's very funny because I have a feeling that Dionysus, or whatever his name is, I have a feeling that low-key, that's kind of like the universe, though. If you see what I'm trying to picture here. So Ariadne is like divine feminine. Theseus is like divine masculine. Because you know damn well divine feminine is always pulling divine masculine out of just labyrinths and mazes and stuff. And so I feel like we have to let them go, kind of. I already did. But a lot of people haven't. And it can be the other way around too, you know, or just leave things in general behind and not force them to be pulled through because you think there's going to be a prize or a commitment at the end. Instead of playing, you know, to play, a lot of people play to win, as I heard this morning, and that's very much true. So basically the intention here is what we need to look at. Are you pulling people through just because like you have this like savior mentality, or is it because you genuinely think like, hey, you deserve to like be pulled through? Because you need to really look at that, you know? Also, the bull. The symbology of the bull equals to solar energy, so go out into the sun, determination, strength, and virality. Now, the flip side of it, though, is stubbornness, ferocity, tyranny, and brutality. Now, I know that the bull also has to do with Taurus, so maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. Now, the red thread, as I said in the picture that I posted, actually means protection, faith, good luck, strength, and connection. So, low-key, I feel like we are Ariadne and we're getting pulled through or pulled out of the entire thing. Now, typically, also in literacy, or literature in general, a red thread is typically the same message being conveyed throughout an entire text, but it's kind of like, it's not super obvious to the eye. Like, you have to read, is the type of text that you have to read twice in order to get like the meaning below it, right? And so I feel like we're kind of like the red thread. Also, we're gonna read Ariadne's little text here, and this is what it says. If I sound dumb, I'm not dumb, it's just because it's in Spanish and I'm translating full speed. So it says, Ariadne actually represents love and the help that is at our disposition if we actually manage to be Amadeus, how do you say that in English? It is courageous. That's what it is. She's known for not only being a Greek goddess, but also being the human daughter of Minos, the king of Crete. Her father put her in charge of the Labrynth, where seven human sacrifices every 7 years to a minotaur was done and lived in its interior. Now, the monster had the head of a bull and the body of a man. Oh, and he would chase and kill the ones that were in the darkness of it. In a particular year, yeah, Theseus came, blah blah blah, she fell in love, blah 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 blah. Oh, right, so it was Dionysius is that crazy man that I was that's crazy. Is the crazy man that I was talking about. Yeah, he's the Greek god of ritual insanity and religious ecstasy. Damn. Yeah, he chased her and begged her to come back. And then he married her in the island of Naxos, right? Now, it says, if your heart chose this card, Ariadne is a symbol of faith and, faith in divine help. It is also a symbol that we are in gradual process or in difficult times and we have to confront injustice in our lives. She actually helps Theseus when he, goes through the whole insane pattern and is, focused on bringing justice to the whole Labrynth situation. Now, Ariadne gives him the tools that are necessary in order for him to do this and complete that task. Theseus actually triumphs thanks to her and also her strength. Now, the message in the card of Ariadne is that our strength always will have some sort of reward. Sometimes attempting to finish with a pattern or a unnecessary routine of things that no longer serve us, even though maybe initially we thought that it was for our highest good or for our salvation, even though this task may seem very difficult or you don't see the light or how you can actually confront this type of like beast that's inside us, or like pure terror, luckily the soul always knows that we're going to find liberty, and the divine always frees, it doesn't confine. Even though you may find it impossible to actually find an exit to a particular situation or a labyrinth, you're going to do it regardless. Have faith that the soul knows the path that is actually going through. And it's true because we've done the same thing over and over again, lifetime through lifetime. So it's not like this is new. This is actually ancient. We're just redoing the same thing. Kind of like in that series, Dark on Netflix. Same thing, the same soup, just reheated. We also count with spiritual help or aid. Ariadne wants us to be courageous in order for her to fall in love with our actions. She is at the same time goddess and human. She comprehends our fear, but also knows that the power that we have. Now, a phrase or question that you can ask yourself while meditating on this card would be, okay, what can support or permit me to feel support whilst I'm doing interior work or shadow work? Now, the intention, my soul knows the path, and the only exit is to go through it. And yeah, that would be the message for today. I'm just going to pull 2 cards of the archetypes, because I don't know why, I feel like it might help. Could you give me 2 cards of the archetypes for the collective? Just 2, Spirit. Okay. Oh, priest or priestess. Are we not all high priestesses? Whatever. Anyway, priest or priestess. The luminous aspect facilitates spiritual compromises, acts like a channel of spiritual energy. Dark aspect may violate the confidence of their spiritual community. Anyways, and may be seduced by their own spiritual purpose. Damn. Okay then. Could you give me a second card? So you gotta be careful with that. And Hermit. Oh my days. We're gonna be getting the Hermit for like the next how many months? Hermit. Now the luminous aspect of the Hermit, which is giving me Dionysus or whatever his name is. The luminous aspect is to search for solidarity in order to intensely concentrate in an interior life. It serves your personal creativity. That is true, because last night I haven't painted in like 9 months. And last night I painted and I was like, what the hell? This is okay, girl. Now the sombrious or dark aspect is someone that may move away from society, mainly impulsed by fear or other people's critiques. May resist helping people that need it. That's where the fine line is drawn, isn't it? We have to really know who we're helping and who we're not helping. Because a lot of us have this tendency to just help anybody, and honestly, not everyone deserves help or your energy. And that's just pretty much it. I think we just have to help ourselves, really, more than anyone else. Because I don't feel like other people help us. The fuck? You see, this is when you don't have nails. Ooh, last one. Poet. Luminous aspect. Express your interior vision of the soul through symbolic language. Painting. You see, painting is going to help a lot. Dark aspect. Converts their talent of lyricism in something that may have negative or destructive consequences. Kind of like music. Yeah. At the bottom of the deck, we have King. Luminous aspect. Illuminated leadership and benevolence. The benefit... people that are under them are always in benefit. Dark aspect. An excessive consciousness of their privileges and a government without measure. Isn't that something to think about, huh? So yeah, that would be the mini reading. And I say mini, this is actually a normal size reading, like a regular reading. But me, when I do readings, it takes, like you've already seen, it takes minimum like an hour. Why? Because I don't know, I like to hear my own voice, I guess. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so that was the mini reading for today. We're gonna see if tomorrow they give us another one. If they do, cool. If they don't, also cool. So yeah, be careful who you're pulling into this new cycle or portal or whatever the hell. And yeah, also do your manifestations. If you haven't heard of the 369 method, I recommend it because I did it last night and today I got what I was asking for. Also, we all need to be more thankful. Yes. Gratitude. Definitely. So yeah, if you're interested in booking a Hebrew pendulum cleansing, whether it's for your chakras and aura or for your office space, your home space, to clear of entities, discordant energies, any type of evil eye that may have been, impregnated or maybe left, it's like a residual thing from people, places, things, objects. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you need to clean your programs and you're trying to do that through this 1010 portal that the energy lasts around 3 days. Maybe you need a spiritual response therapy. I can also do that for you. And if you want a very intensive tarot read that is very profound, is in real time, so I can text you, you text me, I give you the answers, you ask me questions, etc. And for your entire life, not just one area or one section, because this is like a ricochet effect. Once you fix one, you have to constantly be healing in a circle, you can never just fix one thing and concentrate on that and that's it. You have to also do the rest, So if you want that tarot reading, also let me know via direct message on Instagram, my Hotmail. What else? Oh, also check out my podcast, the Collectish the Podcast. I also do way more spiritual stuff there. And we're gonna begin season 6. I was taking a break, mainly because Spirit told me to, because I was burnt out. Straight up burnt. I was out. So that's why I take the break, and now I'm gonna go back into it. And yeah. Also, this Wednesday, no, we're not having a live, mainly because My friend is actually on her birthday. It is her birthday, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. And yeah, so I'm probably gonna talk by myself about spiritual hygiene more than anything because Spirit told me to do that. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching this like mini reading, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, if you want any services, let me know. Have a great day and good.